Welcome to ABTube. This is Political Wednesday. I'm your host for today, Francis Moore, and today we are going to be talking about something very critical. How do you vote? Before we start our discussion for today, if this is your first time joining us, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and put on the notification icon so you can get a notification anytime we upload a new video. So, without further ado, let's get on to our topic for today. As an African, how do you vote? Many a times, people have tended to regard Africa as one of the least developing continents. Is this because we have incompetent leaders? Or is this because Africans tend not to understand the power of a voter's card? No. Or perhaps Africa has one of the most incompetent people to govern a nation? No. Africa as a continent has one of the amicable minds. Even in the United States today, we have a lot of Africans holding leadership positions in various places, be it finance, communication, military, government, or even in their sports. Africa has one of the most competent people to hold leadership positions, but the way we vote is something we all have to take note of. Many times, we vote based on religious, tribal, or political sentiment. We don't tend to understand the importance of voting. We have always seen this play over and over again. Political sentiment, religious sentiment, or even tribal sentiment. How can Africa outgrow this when our politicians will continue to play tribal sentiment over infrastructural development? Today on ABTube, I, Francis Moore, is going to be talking about 7 key factors you should look out for when choosing a president. Irrespective of political party, religion, or tribe, it is important we learn to choose who our next president gets to be based on competence, understanding of what exactly it requires to be president, governor, chairman, House of Rep member, Senate member, or even a councillor. One thing I have come to understand is that irrespective of how you choose these leaders, social problems such as excessive inflation, poverty, poor roads, poor healthcare, poor education affect each and every one of us. So, when next you decide to be a Muslim, a Christian, an Igbo, a Yoruba, an Hausa, please make sure you understand that these problems are all we face as a people, and whoever is going to fix it is not going to look at tribe or religion. He is going to get the job done. So, how do you choose a leader? In choosing a leader, I have drawn out 7 important factors you should look at for while choosing a leader. And yes, you might think, why do I choose the number 7? Obviously, it is a perfect number. But yet again, you should understand that these 7 key factors which I have chosen to represent why you should take your time before choosing your next president or governor. If properly done well, you would be electing someone who would be changing the country for good. And I am just trying to make common sense. Number 1, integrity. When choosing a leader, please, do not look at his experience or his age or his religion. The first thing you should look at for is his integrity. There is an old saying which says, nobody ever changes. A thief will always be a thief. Don't expect him to change. Don't expect him to suddenly become a saint, to suddenly care about your family, to care about the healthcare system which he or she has ripped off for years, to care about the bad roads which he or she have looked sideways for years, to care about our devastated economy which he or she had not cared for years. Don't expect him to change. Last time, a running president actually claimed to be a repentant Democrat. We all know how that turned. Integrity always speaks louder. So, next time you're voting for that governor or president, ask yourself, how strong is his integrity? Number 2, empathy. When choosing the right leader, you should understand that your leader should be able to feel what you feel, should be able to understand your problems, should be able to understand the solutions to these problems. Many a times in Africa, we have leaders who do not feel what the masses feel. These leaders do not put themselves in the shoes of the masses. They do not understand our day-to-day activity. They do not understand our day-to-day work. They do not understand our stress, our problems. They do not understand how devastated we are when we could not even afford 1,000 naira for healthcare for our parents or our brothers or our sisters. They do not understand these problems because they fly abroad for medical treatment. They send their children abroad to school. They drive in cars with wonderful shock absorbers, so they don't even feel the bad road. They travel by flight, so they don't even understand the hold-ups. These people do not feel empathy. When choosing a leader, you should understand that you should vote for someone who understands your problem, who understands your struggle as a people. You should vote for someone who feels the grunt. Number 3, emotional intelligence. This is the ability to correlate the way we feel and the way we act. When choosing a leader, you should understand that you are put in a position to choose someone who is going to understand and maintain the stability and security of your nation. You should choose someone who has the emotional capacity to control the way he thinks and the way he acts, what he believes and the way he perceives, how he feels and how he responds to problems. Some insecurity issues in Africa today is as a result of lack of emotional intelligence. Many times we have seen militias and terrorists spring up because of hate. So many problems, be it tribal or religious problems in Africa, should not have occurred if our leader had the competent emotional intelligence to understand that the way they feel about that problem should be different from the way they act, should be different from the way they respond to it, because problems are always going to be there. As a leader and as a people, we should understand that emotional intelligence plays a long role in helping a leader make decisions. So when next you cast your vote for your governor, president, or local government chairman, make sure that that person which you are casting your vote for has the emotional intelligence to control the way he feels and react in a different and a more constructive manner. Number 4, vision. When choosing a leader, you are charged with the responsibility to choose a visionary leader, to choose a leader who has the emotional intelligence and the capacity to take your country from where it is to where it needs to be. African leaders have not really been known to be visionary leaders. A visionary leader is someone who understands the mission and where his country or state needs to be. Visionary leaders are good storytellers. They know how to communicate and how to send their message. So, in choosing a leader, you should ask yourself, how visionary is this leader? Does he really have plans for us? Does he have a roadmap to our success? Does he have a solution to our problem? Does he understand the problem he or she is going to encounter? Does he understand the work ahead? So, when next you are choosing a leader, choose a visionary leader, someone who has a plan to take you from here to here, from A to Z, from where you are to where you need to be. Number 5, judgment. Yes, this sounds very simple. A good leader should have a good judgment. But the reason why leaders make the decisions they make is not as simple as it might sound. Sometimes it is influenced by both political, social, tribal, or religious sentiment. So, when choosing a leader, we should choose a leader that has a good judgment, that makes decisions that would affect positively the people, because he has the people at heart. Do we choose a leader that just makes decisions based on what he thinks is right? Or do we choose a leader that makes decisions based on what is right for the people. Africa as a continent has always been influenced by Western powers, whether you want to accept it or not. Today, we are having China at our border, influencing different political decisions and making sure that our resources are used to fuel their Chinese engines. Yes, we can all agree that China is bringing in a lot of development to Africa. But how win-win is this situation? How much is Africa really benefiting from this relationship? When choosing a leader, we should choose a leader that puts the people at heart, that makes decisions that is first for the people. Number 6 on our list is courage. Courage is always contradictory to leadership, in the sense that every good leader is always faced with a problem. There's always a challenge, and there's always someone testing your patience and pushing your courage. When choosing a leader, you should choose a leader that is courageous, that would stand by the truth and ensure that the people get the best benefits. During the Rwandan massacre, many of us heard about the problem in Rwanda, the killings and the war crimes. But one great, courageous, evolving leader of Africa today is Paul Kagame. He has not only repaired the nation that was once broken, but he has also found a way to maintain the growth and stability of the people of Rwanda. Today, the Hutus and the Tutsis live happily and peacefully in Rwanda. This is one remarkable achievement that the government of His Excellency President Paul Kagame has been able to achieve. It takes courage to bring two misled people together. It takes courage to bring development to the people. It takes courage to understand that irrespective of what the West think, you as an African leader must push your people forward. It takes courage to keep your resources in Africa. So next time you choose an African leader, next time you choose that leader to lead you as a people, make sure you choose a man with courage. Finally, the last quality of a good leader that I would like to talk about is passion. Passion is a driving force. It is a quality that attracts good and competent people to a government. A leader with passion will always find a way to bring in the best hands to work with him. A leader with passion will always find a way through every problem. A leader with passion will always maintain a sustainable development and a sustainable course. A leader with passion will always put his people first. A leader with passion is not scared of living. A leader with passion is not scared of an election. A leader with passion knows what he or she brings to the table. A leader with passion will communicate every problem and make sure that whichever problem he or she tends to solve is solved to the best of his or her capacity. A leader with passion will show high energy and determination to get the work done. Africa as a continent has been independent for decades. But unlike China, South Korea, and Singapore, we have failed to develop as a continent. This is simply and squarely a failure of leadership. So, next time you plan to vote as a people, do not think about tribe, religion, or political sentiment. Do not think about political party or the fake promises we hear every 4 years. Do not think about the many lies you hear every election campaign. Take your time, study the candidate, find out for yourself, does this person have an impeccable integrity? Does this person feel my problem? Is he empathic enough? What is his or her emotional intelligence? What is the vision? How good is their judgment? Is he or she courageous enough? And finally, what is the passion? What is the strength? I hope after asking yourself these critical questions, you will be able to make the right decision next time.